As well, if you are looking for some milder conditions, well, next week should bring the return of some mild air from the Atlantic. We lose the northerly winds, we gain more of a westerly wind, but with that could well turn quite unsettled with some rain at times. But in the short term, some cold weather and some snow on the way for some.
Catastrophic failures in maternity care at an NHS trust led to hundreds of babies dying or being injured, a review has found. Over 200 babies and 9 mothers died when they should have been cared for by Shrewsbury and Telford NHS Trust. The review into the failings was triggered by a campaign by 2 families who both lost baby girls.
It's just bittersweet that we are missing daughters that should be with us today because their avoidable deaths were exactly that, avoidable, and we were lied to all the way through.
The Health Secretary apologised to the families for the unimaginable trauma that they'd suffered and promised changes at a local and national level. Also on the programme, Russia says it'll focus its assault on Ukraine on the east of the country. More evidence today of the destruction being caused. The mother of Peter Connolly, initially known as Baby P, is approved for release from prison by the parole board. The government is to appeal. And the wanted star Tom Parker has died at the age of 33 after being diagnosed with terminal brain cancer.
And coming up on the BBC News Channel, FIFA investigates after Mo Salah is targeted by lasers in Egypt's World Cup playoff loss to Senegal on penalties.
Good evening. The biggest review of maternity services in NHS history has found that catastrophic failures at Shrewsbury and Telford NHS Trust led to the deaths and injuries of hundreds of babies and mothers. The review by the senior midwife Donna Ockenden was initially tasked with looking into the deaths of just over 20 babies. But that grew to investigating nearly 1,600 cases over 20 years from 2000 to 2019. Today's findings show that repeated failures in maternity care led to the deaths of more than 200 babies. 9 mothers also lost their lives and 94 children were left with life-changing injuries. Donna Ockenden said the trust often failed to investigate babies' deaths, and she also highlighted concerns about present-day care. The Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, today apologised to those families and promised to make changes at a local and national level. Our Social Affairs correspondent Michael Buchanan has this report.
Year after year,